Right. Hi everyone. So let's take a look at the corrections for question chapter 5 revision, shall we? Now for question 1, it says that there's an enlargement of a triangle using a scale factor of 3 over 2. So what does 3 over 2 means? It means that the image is bigger, is everything times 3 over 2 times, alright? So let's try and see how we can get this triangle out. Now, first thing first, I want to know what is the length, right? So if I count the length, they are altogether 6 squares, right? So if I use the idea 3 over 2 times 6, I will have 9 squares. So I know I need to have 9 squares. So go ahead, alright, count 9 squares and draw a base. Now next you may wonder, how high should my triangle be? So let's count again. So using the same idea, 1, 2, 3, 4. I know that it is 3 over 2 times 4, right? I know altogether I have 6 squares. So altogether there are 6 squares. But it could be, where is the triangle be, right? The triangle could be like that, or like that, or many other possible way, right? So how do I know where is the point that the triangle is? So I have to look at the part where you see this triangle here, all right? So which means that in this slope, right, you also must multiply by 3 over 2 times. So for example, if I can identify this slope, right, this slope here, so let me try, this slope here as 2 units to the right and then 4 units up. So I could take like 2 units, I could like take 3 over 2 times 2 units, and then I have 3 units, right? So I have 3 squares, which means from the starting point I need to move 3 squares, and then I can then move up by 6 square, right? So I need to move from my starting point and move 3 square, then I know I can move 6 square up. So this is how I identify the third point. Okay, so I hope all of you are able to do this type of question. Now let's go to the next one. B. Now B says triangle P is a reduction of triangle A. So if I identify this is A, so this is my triangle A. This one I don't know, they didn't say anything. But they say triangle P. So this is another triangle. This is another triangle. So if I look at this, it says P is a reduction. That means this P should be an image, right? Because this is a reduction of triangle A, which means triangle A is the object. So this triangle is the object. Then it says the longer side of this P is 2.4. So since I take longer side of triangle P, I must then compare the longer side of triangle A, right? So that's how I find the scale factor. So looking at these 3 lengths, it seems like, out of these 3 lengths, this bottom length here should be the longest. So if I go by units, I will accept 2 type of answer. One is I go by the measurement, right? You take the ruler and then you measure the length. In this diagram, it is 5.8. So if you put 5.8, what is going to happen is you're going to see 2.4 over 5.8. Now, why is that so? Because scale factor is image over object. So this 2.4 is the image length, right? This 2.4 is the image length. And the 5.8 here, this 5.8, this length is 5.8 cm. And this length is the object length, right? So if I were to work that out, I will have a decimal or a fraction, 12 over 29 or 0.414. Now if I use 6 cm, then the image is 2.4 cm as pointed here, right? The image is 2.4 over 6 cm, then I have the answer 2 over 5. So pause the video now, understand question 1. Okay, let's go to question 6. Now question 6, it says that they are similar triangle, and the key phrase is actually this triangle here is a reduction of this triangle. So I noticed that many of you did not highlight, so it's good to start the habit of highlighting. So identify that, triangle ABC is a reduction of triangle DEF, right, is a reduction of ABC. So ABC will be the object, yeah, and DEF will be the image, yeah. So if this is the object and this is the image, then I know how to use skew factor, right? Because skew factor is image over object. When I look at this, since this is 35, both are 35, I can say just take the image length over the object length, right? So that's what I did. I take image 8 cm divided by object, which is 20 cm, and then the ratio is 2/5. Now I want to find y, right? I know I can find the length, so I can find unknown length using scale factor, right? So how do I use scale factor to find unknown length? So what I do is I write down the scale factor, and scale factor is image over object. So image in this case will be this is your image length, and this is your object length, right? So image is unknown, so the image is y. That's why I see, that's how I get the scale factor equals to y over 15. But I cannot solve because I have unknown, right? I have SF unknown, I have y is unknown. So what I do is I try and replace the thing I know. I know that SF is 2/5, and there I got an equation with an unknown y. Now I want to find y, I can do a cross multiply. So I take 15 multiplied by 2, I write on the left hand side, and then equals to 5y. So y will be equals to, take out a calculator, I don't want the 5, I will take 2 times 15, right? And I divide by 5. That's how I get the 6. So that's for question 6. Now last question, question 1. Right, so there is a quadrilateral here. So what are the quadrilateral? Quadrilateral are four-sided shape. So there are a few examples here. I have a square, I have a rectangle, of course I have a parallelogram, a rhombus, a kite, and so on and so forth. Now, so for one pair of parallel side, we say that, the answer is here. So we say that the shape is called a trapezium. Now for part B, they say that these two triangles are similar. So let me try and highlight the triangle. So AOB, right, is similar to triangle COD. So COD, right? So these two triangles are similar. And so for these two triangles similar, what they want is they want you to list out all the angles that are the same. So we say that, first, I know that this angle and this angle is the same, right? So that's the first one. So answer is over here, right? Answer is over here. So we say angle AOB is equals to angle DOC. That's vertical opposite angle. There's no need for you to write the reason, but I just thought that to help us understand a bit more, the reason is helpful, right? Now, second one, if you can recall the Sec 2, we learned about the Z thing, right? So we have the second one, which is no alternate angle. And the third one is alternate angle as well, which says that this angle here, 3 stroke, is equals to this angle here, 3 stroke. And there you get 2 marks, just like that, all right? Now, part C, part 1, it says that the triangles are similar. So what I want you to write down is that these two triangles are similar. But when I look at this, I don't know which two lengths are the so-called corresponding length, right? So if I point at BO, should I use DO or should I use CO? So we can use order to help us. So we say that, I just label the triangle 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Now if I want to find DO, DO is basically just 2 and 3, right? So if you want to find DO, I will use BO, right? So that's how I get it. Now then the other two length, I don't know, but they did tell us the green information. Do you see that? They give us 3 length. So what you want to do is you want to really put the 3 lengths back into the diagram. And let's take a look at which 2 length we have. So we do have the 4.2 and 7.2, right? So we want to use the 7.2 because this is the length I know. So I will use OC. So if I use OC, I will need to use AO, right? So OC and AO, then I put in the numbers that I know they did give us. Now to find DO, I need to cross multiply. So I need to take 2.8 times 7.2, and there you go, right? And then 4.2 times over. So I don't want the 4.2, I bring the 4.2 over, I just divide. So to get 4.8, I need to take 7.2 times 2.8 divide by 4.2. Last one, scale factor. So scale factor, again, you have to identify which is the object, which is the image. So I'm looking at this. It says triangle COD is a reduction. So this one, no. Triangle COD, reduction of this to this. So to this, right? So this triangle AOB is the image. And this is the object, right? So let's look again. So yeah, I want the image, then I will take AOB as the image. So this is my image. I will take this length, right? Because this is the length I know, and I will take this length. So if I take OB, I try out. OB is same as OD, but not same, correspond to OD. But I don't have OD length, so I couldn't find the length, right? So I will use AO. So let's take a look. I'll use AO over CO, put in the 2 lengths and get the final ratio. Right, complete your corrections and submit to me when school reopens. Alright? Okay, have a good rest. Spend some time to revise and take care of yourself. Alright, I'll see you back when school reopens.